Alright, hello everybody, Skyrim here, back again with another Diablo Immortal video. Jumping straight into an Erreban run here with a newly updated build from what I was using previously. See it in action here as we go along. The key component, of course, is Sprite Spark, Sprite Spark, Sprite Spark for Wizard. Actually, I didn't mean to use the other skills just yet because there's no enemies. So no worries in the early going here, but we do have teleport as well, or even more mobility when needed, especially when you're trying to escape. Oh, there's one over here. Now with Sprite Spark, there is still, unfortunately, a need to use the Forensic Spark offhand with it, because Sprite Spark in general, unfortunately, still does not have enough inherent built-in duration on it as opposed to some of the more recent abilities. Like the new chest piece, I've noticed, has a longer uptime on its own inherently, so you don't have to worry about the beneficial effect duration on that one as much, so you can kind of get away with swapping it out however you are a bit slower with it. This one, we're still just cruising around. This is save your fingers, save your hands from all the unnecessary unneeded spam. This one, you pretty much just have to pop them whenever they come off a cooldown, and you're good to go. No killing yourself unnecessarily for no good reason. I'm surprised my familiar's with me. That's been bugging out a lot in here. Now these two abilities that I have for offense do pretty well on their own. Together, of course. Oh, it's not a chest. Alright. As you can see here, just sweeping through. The enemies will not hold you down at all with this build. And I'll get into the nitty-gritties here in a second once I clear this. And the only one I'm having to mash, of course, is Sprite Spark because, you know, shoddy development. There's times where the abilities are not responsive. That's what I'm getting at here. And I think we got 8. Okay, now we can get out. We can make an attempt for the big chest on the way out of here. We use it pretty much as a focal point as to direct us where we need to get out. Pretty much. Actually, I don't really want to touch it. Well, I did anyway. Here we go. Where are they going to spawn? Oh no, I got fire right away. That's very unfortunate. There's the teleport needed for avoiding the spears. I did have to use a health potion because of those flames. They were at a side angle. I'm used to them being more straight. Yeah, right here. Oop, there's another set of spears and we're out of here. We are out. I am running. What are you talking about? Oh, we're not done yet. We got another door. We got 3 doors on the way out of this one. How rude. Alright. So there we go. Flames almost got me in that first initial door. But there we go. We have our 4 bound and 4 unbound gems in that run, so we get a total of 8 because we did the danger level of 8, and we even grabbed the big chest on the way out just to be a little sneaky. And there's the thing I got in there, which it's funny, you don't have to pick the stuff up while you're running around. I just forced a habit, I did, but you end up getting it on the way out anyway. So there's that for that. Now let's get into the build, shall we? The rest of the way. Let's go with the skills first. We've got teleport, lightning nova, slow time, and disintegrate. Magic missile is there, but I wasn't barely using my primary attacks, if at all, so you can kind of throw that out the window. Put whatever you want. Now, set pieces, main thing here, of course, that's the most important, is the 2 pieces of Vithus for the beneficial effect increase duration. That's pretty much paramount. Anything else, I run with 4 pieces of grace for some extra added damage over time, shocks, and whatever else is I'm just running around. However, in Erreban, it's whatever. You just want to be on the move all the time. Now, the pieces we're using here is the newer, not new anymore, but newer. This is the last set that we've gotten. It's already old as far as internet's concerned. So, anyway, this headpiece, of course, which gives you the slow time field that applies shock to everything. So the Sprite Spark will hit things as you're just flowing through everything and doing some damage that way. It's not as effective for doing damage compared to some of the other Lightning Nova builds, but that's not the point here. You just want to be on the move all the time. Put on the new Disintegrate Shoulders, which is Filtered Defense. This one, the uptime on this one is very, very good on its own. So it lasts for a very long time, and you just, as soon as it comes off cooldown, pop it again, and don't even worry about it. It's a set and forget until you see it fall off and then start it again. Disintegrate follows you around with an entropic field, and you do the armor break with it, and it does damage on itself as well. The new pants, the Raptor Tail, which will cause your... When Disintegrate hits a shocked enemy, it unleashes Chain Lightning, dealing that to a target and 2 nearby enemies. Cannot occur more than often than once a second, but still, that's pretty good. And we're going to be getting that fairly frequently while we're in there. Scour Cut. We put this one on for a larger Disintegrate range field. So the circle is a bit bigger around you. Okay. Forensic Spark, as I said when we were in there, is needed, unfortunately, still for Sprite Spark, because even with a lot of beneficial effect durations, you still need this to help Sprite Spark, the Lightning Nova cooldown reduction. Because, like I said, Sprite Spark, when they first introduced it, they've basically introduced it with this, so you had to use these in tandem with each other to synergize for that cooldown to make it almost 100% uptime, which is unfortunate because ever since the new one they added, ever since the new Lightning Nova is much longer cooldown and duration. But anyway, Entropic Edge we added for some extra disintegrate damage because we only have a couple abilities that are actually doing damage while we're in there. The main thing is just for speed and going around, killing things. Opening the chests is what you're after, is just all chest openings. And then this one, the Trifling Piffle, is the new offhand, which is when Lightning Nova hits a shocked enemy, it unleashes another Lightning Nova. This one may or may not really work with Sprite Spark, but I just put it on because, just to see what it would do, and there's not really anything else in this particular build setup that would work or do anything, honestly, in that offhand slot that would be any more beneficial. So, now we go on to the Paragon Tree, is Harbinger. And we want this side over here. Dash skill cooldowns recover 10% faster, so we have teleport for that. We have, moving on to this one, Savage Urge. Critical hit chance increases by 10% of your movement speed. So whenever you use Sprite Spark, you're boosting your movement speed very high, and your crit chance goes up with it. Increases your movement speed by 3% for 5 seconds whenever you kill a monster, stacking up to 15%. So as we're popping things, as we're sweeping along, when the monsters show up in there, we're going to start piling this up as well. Critical hit chance bonus from Savage Urge, right here. Increases from 10 to 20% of your movement speed, so just even more benefit from it all. And this one's really, really important. You move unhindered through monsters and barriers or traps created by skills. So the walled elites, when they like to try to box you in, you go right through it like it's not even there. It's glorious. This one is very, very good to have. So this is the setup I run. And for legendary skills, just because we have the points now, they didn't give us any more Paragon trees. Might as well put it in something, right? So here we are, PvE stuff. I just go with the Lightning Rod. I've seen this used in PvP too, but I mostly use this one in PvE, more so than anything else. And did a little bit of change up on some of my gems recently. Oh, I did forget to change this one. I meant to change this one too. Let's go ahead and do that now. I have a Ignis Scorn here. I replaced Fervent Fang with, which is crazy, and it's not quite a level 7, so that's why there's a bit more negative in the process. But I do have a roiling, excuse me. I do usually say this correctly. I've gotten so used to hearing everybody else in their videos go rolling. It's roiling. Roiling consequence. Along with the Ignis Scorn combo, Wombo combo. Of course, still the Blood-Soaked Jade. What is this? Sorry, no. And Seeping by just the usual fare. Pain Clasp. Berserker's Edge. Now, Berserker's Edge, I'm almost tempted to build up the new 1-star gem, which is increase on skill damage and whatever, because basically I'm using nothing but skills in a lot of these builds, and you're just sweeping through everything on the go. That's the whole idea of this. As you can see here, that's it. That's the whole premise of the build. Like I said, as soon as these other ones come off the cooldown, you just pop them again and save your hands. It's so glorious. They pretty much stay up the same amount of time as each other, and then you just go boom boom and off you go to the races. Very nice. So I'll deem this the flow rider. Well, I better not, that's probably copywritten, but flow build, whatever you want to call it. I put it down as flow in my armory, and it does feel very, very good. Again, it does a significant amount of damage with these two skills combined. Makes it for a nice time. And again, you're saving your hands. There's not a lot of spam needed. It makes it so glorious. So anyway, until next time, everybody, stay safe out there in the real world, and fire as always, take care of yourselves as best you can. One day at a time. That's all we can do. Until next time, see you.